Libra, Spirit is whispering a strong message for you, and it carries both caution and hope. You are standing at an energetic crossroads right now, and your guides are urging you to pay attention. Something in your life has been pulling your balance off center, and as the sign of balance, harmony, and truth, you feel that misalignment more deeply than most. Spirit says what's unfolding is not random, it's a reflection of choices, attachments, and old cycles that are ready to be cleared. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That subtle tension, the awareness that something has to shift before you can fully step into the new season of your life. Spirit is delivering both a warning and a blessing today. Don't ignore what your soul already knows. And before I unfold the messages in detail, I want to remind you that I offer one-on-one readings starting at $9, and if you're ready to go deeper with me each month into love, career, healing, and soul alignment, there's also my $99 membership. These sessions are designed for you personally, not just as part of the collective. The first energy Spirit lays before you is the devil. Libra, this is where the warning begins. Spirit says you've been bound to something that looks like security or pleasure, but is actually holding you in limitation. This could be an unhealthy relationship dynamic, over-reliance on a job that drains you, or even habits of thought that keep you looping in self-doubt. The devil doesn't just represent external chains, it reveals the ways we give our power away. Spirit is asking, what have you convinced yourself you can't live without, even when you know it isn't serving you? Psychologically, this card shows that fear of loss has been louder than faith in your freedom. You may have stayed in connections or situations longer than you should, just because the comfort of the known feels safer than the risk of the unknown. But Spirit says this attachment is draining your energy and keeping you from expansion. Energetically, the devil feels like heaviness in your aura, like cords of attachment wrapped too tightly. Spirit's warning is that unless you cut these cords, the weight will intensify and make it harder to step into your aligned path. Symbolically, the devil reminds you that the chains are loose. You can slip out of them anytime. The warning here is that excuses and denial will prolong the pain, but choosing release will bring liberation faster than you think. The second card Spirit reveals is the Moon. Libra, this is about illusions, hidden truths, and the places where things aren't as clear as they seem. Spirit is warning you not to take everything at face value right now. Whether it's in relationships, career, or even your own inner dialogue, not all information is visible to you. Something is being concealed, and part of your lesson is learning to trust your intuition, even when the facts are blurry. Psychologically, the Moon shows your mind wrestling with uncertainty. You might feel more anxious lately, or notice your thoughts drifting into worst-case scenarios. Spirit says this is your shadow trying to get your attention, asking to be healed instead of feared. Energetically, this card carries a strong pull toward dreams, signs, and intuitive nudges. Spirit is showing me that your dreams may be especially vivid right now, carrying clues or warnings. Pay attention. Your subconscious is trying to speak louder than your conscious mind. Symbolically, the Moon is a reminder that not everything is meant to be rational. Spirit says the warning here is not to let confusion paralyze you. If something feels off, trust it. If something feels right, but doesn't yet make logical sense, honor that too. Next, Spirit brings forward the Five of Wands. Libra, this is about conflict and competition, but not in the way you might expect. Spirit is warning you against scattering your energy in battles that don't matter. This could show up as arguments, power struggles, or simply too many people pulling at you in different directions. You are being reminded that not every invitation to conflict requires your presence. Psychologically, the Five of Wands shows your need for validation being tested. Maybe you've been tempted to prove yourself, to win approval, or to show others your worth. Spirit says the warning here is that this kind of striving keeps you in endless competition, when what you really need is self-trust. Energetically, this card feels like your aura being tugged at from too many angles. Spirit says you've been giving away pieces of yourself, your attention, your focus, your emotional energy to things that don't deserve that much of you. Symbolically, the Five of Wands is a training ground. Spirit says if you learn to conserve your energy, you'll realize most of these battles were never yours to fight. The warning is simple. Don't get caught in distractions because they'll delay your true growth. The fourth card Spirit reveals is the Hermit. Libra, this is Spirit's call for you to withdraw, reflect, and listen deeply within. The warning here is that if you keep looking for answers outside of yourself, through others' opinions, through constant activity, through noise, you'll miss the clarity that only silence can bring. Spirit says you've been so outwardly focused, trying to maintain balance for everyone else, that you've neglected the balance within yourself. Psychologically, the Hermit shows the need for solitude and honest self-inquiry. Spirit says you may be afraid of what silence will reveal, but the truth is that silence will heal. It will reconnect you to your inner compass. Energetically, the Hermit feels like a candle in the dark. Spirit says you don't need to light the whole path right now. You only need to see the next step. By pulling inward, you reclaim the wisdom that has always been inside of you. Symbolically, the Hermit shows that answers don't arrive in chaos, they arrive in stillness. Spirit's warning is that avoiding this inner work will only prolong confusion. It's time to face yourself without distraction. Finally, Spirit closes your reading with the Judgment card. This is your awakening, Libra. Spirit says the warning here is that if you resist this call, you will stay looping in old cycles much longer than necessary. But if you answer the call, you will rise into a new level of clarity and freedom. This card isn't about small changes, it's about transformation. Psychologically, Judgment represents a release of guilt, shame, and old identity. Spirit says you've been carrying judgments about yourself for far too long, and these are blocking you from living fully. Energetically, this card feels like a trumpet sounding, calling you back to yourself. Spirit says this is your soul reminding you why you came here. Not to live half a life, but a whole one. Symbolically, Judgment is about resurrection. Spirit's warning is that ignoring this awakening will only intensify the discomfort in your life. But if you embrace it, you will step into a freedom that feels like rebirth. I release the illusions that keep me bound. I trust my inner knowing, conserve my energy, and answer the call of my soul. I rise, unafraid, into the life that has been waiting for me.